Hello everybody, it's Peter the Rock. It's Friday the 7th of June and so just a few minutes after my previous video looking at Dominique, which is out of sight now, and I'm looking up at the viaduct, and in fact yes, the segments are parked along the viaduct. There is a decent sized one up there, but and even more impressively there is one only a few feet away from me up there, and you can clearly see the notches in the sides of it, or the indentations, which I think fit into indentations of the neighbouring notches. I think it was Izzy who suggested that they are good Spanish notches, and in fact we could say they're buenos notches, which is a sort of joke pun in Spanish, and I appreciate that, Izzy. Thank you very much. Keep them coming, as Dave Figley says on more or less every comment. Ramp ahead. I've been here many times, and when I filmed this about 20 minutes ago from Moorhall Road Bridge, I think there was a green cherry picker here, seemed to be, but it seems to have gone. Oh hello, the light has just changed green. Extraordinary. 3 seconds later it's gone. So have they adjusted the sensitivity? Oh, there's a camera up there. Have they adjusted the sensitivity of the traffic lights to be aware of people coming? Let's have a look at this. If I film the camera and walk towards it, will it turn green? No. Oh dear, I can't even understand the system here. But oh well, it's like many things on the HS2 viaduct, it's a bit of a mystery to me, but still a lot of fun. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. As it is definitely red now, we'll do my favourite trick, which is to press the button here, push button, wait for signal. So I'm ever willing to obey, wait for the signal, and it's gone green. 2, 3, and change. So they haven't changed that bit. It would be, you know, hell would freeze over before that happened. I'd be quite horrific, quite horrified. So this is a walkway underneath the HS2 viaduct, where it crosses the Canal. The two sort of Midlands to London main arteries intersect at this point, and I am the only one here. There is a great, beautiful view here of the curvature of the viaduct to the right. I thought I heard a train going over it, but that's not going to happen for a few months and years. If we look at the curvature, you can see they've already put up sound baffles. I was going to say sound waffles, but that's probably what they have for lunch. On this side of the viaduct, of the green cherry picker, there is no sign. It's all rather mysterious, but there's a certain amount of welcome clanging and bashing going on, indicating that they are working. Now, my previous viaduct, but one, I filmed from the bridge up there. This is the Canal. It's a beautiful sight. I remember my first visit to the new Terminal 5 building at Heathrow. Very impressive because of the size of it. This is true. Now, of course, the viaduct, as we all know, I've recited many times, is supposed to be 30 feet above the ambient ground level, or in this case, water level, and the arches are 120. No, wait a minute. The arches in Maidenhead are 123 feet apart, and I think it's thanks to Steve, who's got some sort of manual on this, and he said that these arches are 242 feet apart from memory. Interestingly, that sort of answers one of my questions in my previous week. There's also a very slight echo here, very slight, not as big or as good as the one under the Brunel bridge at Maidenhead, but it's still discernible. Anyway, it answers one of my questions towards the end of my previous weekend's viewing of this, which was, is the whole thing designed in imperial units, things like feet, inches, furlongs, pounds, ounces, rod, poles and perches, or metric units? And most people have grown up with metric. Certainly the weather forecast is always entirely in Celsius now. For many years it was a mixture of centigrade, which is the same as Celsius, and Fahrenheit. And for those of you who don't understand the difference, you can convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit by multiplying the Celsius one by 9/5 and adding 32. So for example, 25 degrees Celsius multiplied by 9/5 is 45 plus 32 is 77. Is that right? Yes. I think 16 Celsius is 61 Fahrenheit. That's always easy to remember because it's the numbers backwards. So here we are with the interestingly shaped pillars, the massive damping supports underneath a huge weight of the viaduct. I think possibly when the trains go over, obviously they'll add to the weight, but and it also is interestingly, for the first time, close up looking at the where the segments meet, you can see the grouting now. You can see the grouting. It's actually between the piers, the vertical bits of the piers. It's quite obvious that that's a sort of mixture of glue. I don't know what it is, glue, cement, who knows. But underneath the diagonally vertical bits, there is no grouting. So that's where they glue it, folks. It's very exciting. Finally discovered that. So there we are. So that's a discovery. The mystery of the green cherry picker will have to remain a mystery, I'm afraid. But it's all very interesting. I don't know what happened to that. Here are the buoys with the rope attached, which used to sort of stop narrowboats going this way when the orange-suited people were, wary of dropping implements or nuts and bolts, whatever, into the canal. And there is an orange-suited person underneath the viaduct. But these two piers are 19 and 20, so he's underneath number 21, and they're currently working on 15. So there's quite a lot of sort of ongoing backwards and forwards maintenance going on, and a certain amount of clanging above me, which is a bit worrying. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's clang again. I've no idea if the people working on the HS2 viaduct are aware of my videos or me. Even maybe some of these cameras might even have sound microphones, and they might be listening to my commentary and deciding every now and then to sort of do something or upset something. There's a duck. Why do ducks make that sort of noise? Unless he's looking for, or he or she's looking for another duck. Anyway, here we go. One of these days I will actually meet a fellow videographer, some people call them, YouTuber. I don't like the YouTuber, but there we go. So this is perhaps one of the last looks at where the HS2 viaduct crosses the Grand Union Canal along the Harefield Strait. Thanks a lot for watching. Peter the Rock. It's Friday, the 7th of June, D-Day +1, about 2:30. Cheers, like and subscribe.